Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's continue our game of Control on PC with RTX and DLSS. Okay, let's see here. What do I got? I've got the Shatter, which is the shotgun. Oh really? Any more materials? Oh, wow. Energy boost. More house memories. I have two of stuff. I don't use the ground slime that much, really. That requires 4 for that. 50% launch damage? Might as well. Alright, see if we can get past this guy. He's such a pain in the ass.
That's an altered item up there. This is the safe room, most surely. The one with the altered item inside. Great. More clocks. What the fuck is that? It's making more clocks?
Those floaty guys are such a pain in the ass. They really have way too much health.
That's an altered item up there. This is the safe room Wells showed me. The one with the altered item inside. Great. More clocks. The fuck is that? It's making more clocks?
Honestly, all these enemies are not very creative, right? I mean, they're just geometric shapes with like a ton of like shitty effects added to them. It's sort of hard to feel intimidated by them because they're just like nothing really special. No, it's like being afraid of, plain polygons. I'm like, it's not really threatening in the way it looks. What the hell hit me? To me, that's a big thing, is off-screen enemies hitting you and killing you. It's like, why? I mean, I'm okay with that for like a regular Nintendo game, The old NES, it sort of makes sense there, Super Nintendo, but, a game, this advanced, pulling cheap tricks like that. And then, like, nobody really calling it out in the reviews. This is why, like, Let's Plays and video reviews are so important. Well, maybe not so much video reviews anymore, because they're just paid commercials. But, until you really see what goes on in a game,
more clocks.
Then, you may go into it thinking, oh, well, it's all the really, good, cool stuff that somebody, an editor had to pay a writer to say. And then when you get it, you're like, man, why the hell did I mention this?
The fuck is that?
Yeah, I think people have a lot of goodwill for Remedy just from the original Max Payne, and they sort of lived on that goodwill up until now. Everybody's hoping that they're going to get like a good experience like they did with Max Payne 1 and 2, and they really haven't done it since Max Payne 2. They've always been really flawed games ever since that game. And even when they went back, tried to give people Max Payne 3, it was like, well, this is just okay. It's, other games have been doing it, better since then, and you guys are just kind of stuck with the same design documents, think the worst part of this is that I'm actually pretty close to defeating the boss, but it's just the cheap hits that get me. You know, it's these cheap off-screen enemies that are killing me, so it's like, well, I'm not really losing because I don't have the skill set. I'm losing because the game cheats. You know?
That's an altered item up there. This is the safe room Will showed me. The one with the altered item inside. Great. More clocks.
I really think they should have taken away the bottomless pit in this fight. If you're going to give me all these cheap enemies to deal with, then don't also add the bottomless pit. Or add the bottomless pit and take away the cheap enemies, you know.
The fuck is that?
You know, there's always seems to be some confusion from a designer's point of view about difficulty. You know, it's like what really justifies good difficulty and bad difficulty. But being difficult is, you know, in and of itself is not necessarily a bad thing. But then the type of difficulty is the thing that, you know, gives people good and bad memories of your game. The internet gets stuck in those bizarre confusions too. It's like, well, no, you hate the game because it's hard. I'm like, well, no, I don't hate hard games. I hate games that are a certain kind of hard, you know, that are not designed in a good way. Those are the kind of games that are hard to justify spending a whole ton of money on. Because they're really not giving you the kind of challenge that you want. They're giving you, you know, this sort of broken challenge. They're just ticking off the difficulty box, you know. Like, oh, people like difficult games. It's like, well, no, they like certain kinds of difficult games, you know? And the difficulty has to be metered in a way that challenges you, but doesn't blindside you. You know, lately that's been a big failure, not amongst just Remedy, but other developers as well. You know, like Kamiya from Platinum really understands that. It's like, oh, well, you know, his games are difficult, but, you know, you always have a good way to, you know, see your surroundings and evaluate your surroundings, and it's just a matter of reaction time for his games. You know, the same thing with Mikami.
Showed me. The one with the altered item inside. Great.
I think it's mostly true for From Software too. They've gotten like better and better at their difficulty, you know, and making it hard, but sort of giving you enough spatial awareness and enough tools to you know, counteract that difficulty. You know, in each game they make, they get better at it. So, you know, Sekiro being their most balanced, difficult game, except for that last boss. I mean,
the fuck is
Ishin
that?
is just way too hard, and the patterns are just way too random. But outside of that, you know, it wasn't unfair so many times that I stopped wanting to play. You know. And a lot of times things that were unfair, they just felt like bugs as opposed to bad design. And here it's just not good design, how the difficulty gets metered out, and the kind of things that impede you from being successful. the shit that's hitting me. I don't even see it on the screen. I mean, I'm busy fighting things that I do see on the screen, and then things that I don't see on the screen are the things that are killing me in, you know, in one shot. I was like, come on, guys, this is not good design. It never has been. If you're wanting like a classic difficulty feel, it's like, well, sure. But there were games that were classically difficult, like a Mega Man, you know, 1 or 2. But you always had the tools at your disposal. You know, and that's a game where you could potentially die from things that are off screen, but you were aware of where they were. Right? That's sort of the simplistic nature of 2D. Whereas here, I was like, I'm not even aware of what's hitting me or what's getting me, and it can kill me in one hit. It's like, well, that's really not the right kind of difficulty.
What is that?
And I have to spend so much time shooting the flying enemies that it takes away from the boss fight. Like, if I'm concentrating on the enemies around me, that means my boss is like a secondary goal, and your boss should be the primary goal. It shouldn't be the thing that's distracting, it should be the thing that you concentrate on. And in this game, it's like, you know, when they sort of ran out of ideas and how to make a boss more interesting, they just threw in a bunch of other enemies to sort of throw the player off. It's also like, man, you guys totally did this the wrong way. I mean, this is like a, I mean, this game is good in that it's the classic example of all the things that you shouldn't do. It's like, okay, yes, you know, find some ways to take advantage of new technology in your engines and apply them into your game, but no, don't make that the only thing that you do. It's like, yes, make your games more challenging for folks that that want a greater challenge, but no, don't make the challenge, you know, about, you know, managing things that a player, you know, has no control over.
The one with the altered item inside. Great.
It's like,
clocks.
Yes, make your plots interesting. No, don't just stick, you know, every random thought you've ever had into your game. You know, mask it in some unexplained backstory, then go, oh yeah, that's cool. It worked in Dark Souls, right? I was like, well, no, that was well constructed. This is not. I was like, well, yes, elevate the language you use in a game. You know, because I think the language is generally too simple for games. But no, don't just, you know, find a thesaurus and start replacing words without understanding how the words work in the right context. You know, it's like, I don't know, it's like there's so many things that are just not done right in the game. It's like, yes, promote the use of you know, new vendors, but no, don't ignore the old vendors. So, you know, yes, sure, work something out with Epic, put it on their store, but no, don't make it a year. You know, make it a month, because a year is too long and people are just not going to remember your game. They're not going to want to play it. After waiting that long, nobody wants to play that game. stop becoming something exciting. Because I mean, a fight like this. Oh, am I out of? Oh, fuck, that's so stupid. A fight like this doesn't feel satisfying anymore because then you're just looking for a way to get lucky and not a way to skillfully defeat it. And by the time you get it, you're just like, ah, okay, well, I just got lucky. I really have no sense of accomplishment. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fight the whole thing over again. Probably. Because they couldn't just bring the object to you after you defeated it. They had to make you go and jump over to it. Again, it's like the stupid decision. It's like, the fight's over. Don't make me work for it anymore. That's it. I'm done. You don't need to make... You don't need to make it any harder for me to make my objective. Oh, Jesus. But if you don't understand good game design, then that's something that just, like, it's beyond you, you know?
There. No wonder the Rangers had such a hard time with that one.
And then, you know, if you want to give me new missions, don't give them to me in the middle of the mission that I'm playing. It's like, let me finish the mission, then give me a new mission. Like, 3 other missions have just come up while I've been fighting this boss. It's like, why? How am I going to be able to get to them? You know, I can't accept them because I'm in the middle of fighting a boss. It's like, what? Like, what was the thinking behind this? I imagine not much. I imagine there wasn't a whole lot of brain activity during a lot of the development of this game. At least it doesn't seem like it. It seemed like everybody worked on the engine to, you know, start putting in these new effects. And then the game, they're like, eh, whatever. The writers were happy because there was just like, oh yeah, free reign, just do whatever you think is cool. And then it ended up with this and just like, yeah, okay, maybe don't do that next time. Okay, now what do I gotta do? Find the prime candidate program. Containment. Prime candidate program. And I gotta go to containment. Oh, I guess technically I'm in containment. Wait, why the hell did I have to fight that boss? That seemed like a complete waste of time. Is there an elevator around here? Not that that would be the only time that the game has wasted your time. I mean, the game seems to, you know, revel in wasting your time. Doing irrelevant missions. How am I supposed to get here? Some other controls somewhere. Go back to logistics. See, you'd think this would be something, but it's not. It's just a bunch of crap. It's like the effect got stuck in there for some reason. Where does this lead? I think it's risky having your game take place in an office, because offices are inherently kind of boring environments. I mean, they're not meant to be exciting, they're offices. Come on. Come on. I can't even walk through that. That's hilarious. Random shit killing me now. This game sucks. Multi-million-dollar, failure of a game. Ooh, and I'm all the way back here. I think it's interesting because it's a multi-billion-dollar failure, but it could have easily not have been a failure. There's a lot of things that just a lot of other designers get, design teams get, and developers get that just this team is just like hunkered in their bunker, developing stuff without any idea of what's going on in the rest of the world. The right decisions and the wrong decisions. Even the classic, Nintendo development teams, they've been, well known to be hunkered down and not pay attention to, the world around them. But even they have a lot more sensibilities than Remedy. And I don't know. I think there needs to be a fair number of changes in Remedy developers and management for them to kind of get over this hump. How do we get to all these other areas? I don't get it. Very exciting with these enemies too. There's a shitload of fights with these guys. It's like, why? now more fights with the same guys. Oh my god. Do not know when to quit. Like, these aren't particularly, you know, engaging fights either. Like, they keep doubling down on this stuff that is not good. And it's almost kind of comical how terrible the decisions are in this, in this game. Yeah, like, where did those enemies come from, right? How would I have even known that they were there? I mean, this is like, it's textbook how to not design a fight in an action game. This is everything that you shouldn't do. But, you know, this is my warning to folks. If somebody told you this was good, yeah, something's wrong with them. This is not a good game. I think it's a very good-looking game. And, you know, you can be easily lulled into playing something for a long time because maybe you like the visuals or the design. But, I mean, if the game is not good, it's just not good. Infinite? Kind of feels like it. Wait, where am I going again? I mean, I want to go in there, which means I want to get into security, but it won't let me into security, so... None of these doors seem to lead to the destination I want. Oh man, I wish there was another checkpoint. Having to come all the way back here and potentially fighting more of the same enemy that I already defeated. It's like, eh. Again, where? Coming from? No. Is there more mods? What's that? Something up there. Can't reach you. Sorry. Is there a way to get to an upper floor? This is it as far as I know. I can get to a lower floor. Maintenance sector access? Would I need to go there? I can't go through the medical wing. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea how to get to where it wants me to go. It's not obvious, whatever it is. I mean, it's beyond here, but I can't get through these gates. Oh, are you gonna attack me from in here? Shouldn't even be able to get to me. Seriously, how's it even hitting me? Oh, now you guys are back. How quaint. I have no idea. I didn't design this game well enough for me to be able to figure it out on my own. But that's a fairly common theme with this game. Alright, well, we did finally defeat that boss, so I guess it's not zero progress. But anyway, this is audap. You've been watching Control with RTX and DLSS enabled. Anyway, hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.